Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the rare and exquisite first generation Vacheron Constantin Overseas self-winding. 37mm in stainless steel, the watch is only 8.4mm thick, exquisitely thin. Its a rival to the Patek Aquanaut Nautilus and the Royal Oak 15202. Across the wrist, the watch features a horn-to-horn with a 48.8mm, meaning it has enough presence with its integrated bracelet to look visually impressive and full of figure, and yet never bulky or ungainly. The timepiece is graceful and immaculately finished. This is reference 42042, and while many different measurements are published for this reference, it is a 37mm watch. Take it from me, I checked with my caliper. Incredibly slender, though 8.4, it wears lower and fits underneath any dress cuff. Launched in 1996 and made until 2003, the original offshore self-winding was designed to evoke, of course, the 1977 Vacheron 222 sports watch designed by Jörg Heisig. So some of his design is inherent here, but the watch that you see was most immediately designed by Vincent Kaufmann, who later became design director at Vacheron when it established its own in-house style department, and a gentleman named Dino Modolo, who's been a long-time freelance designer in the industry, probably best associated with Cartier. So those are the three men, Jörg Heisig, Dino Modolo, and Vincent Kaufmann, who have created the watch you see right here and all of its descendants in the second and third series. Now, the watch is lovely and immaculately hand finished. You can see that Vacheron really sweated the details to make the exterior of its watch commensurate to the reputation and heritage of this great house. The bracelet is more ornate and carefully nuanced than the later second and third generation bracelets. You can see there are all sorts of staggered alignments, staggered sizes, different polished and satin finished facets. The bottom of the bracelet is black polished, and who does that? Well, Vacheron apparently. It's well made, and as you can see, removable links are fixed in place by screw. The clasp is impressive because it's comprehensive in an unusual way. You can see there are ceramic pin snaps inside, so that designed to prevent the metal from aggressing against the tolerances of the clasp over time. There's actually a trigger that you use to lock the mechanism in place or to open it up. Now, once in place, you lock it down, and then you close the clamshell with the Maltese cross motif. So it's a double lock, a clamshell and a trigger system. Impressive? Not necessary, but again, it's better to get more than you need rather than less. The bracelet, again, is just beautiful. The polished channel and the sculpting down the center is better than anything on the subsequent generations. And the finish of the case is graceful and minimalist. As you can see, polished on its flank, the bracelet fixed on by screw bars, so no spring bars here. This is assembling an expensive sports watch the right way for durability. The lug hoods are of high polish, and you can see there's a little bit of a center channel down the lug hoods that you wouldn't see on subsequent generations. Very minimalist shear guards for the crown, and then the Maltese cross bezel that would continue onto the second generation before a plinth or a circular ring was added under it in the third generation. The dial has a little bit of a cross-hatching pattern, and that creates some of the shading effects. It is a silver dial, and I'm going to try to get it in focus here, but you can see white gold hands, white gold applique indices, white gold Maltese cross, and a lovely vaulted rather than linear Vacheron Constantin logo. It is automatic, it is a chronometer, and although it is one of the last of the Sigma dials in the Swiss industry, remember these are sometimes called the a priori marks, that little Sigma symbol, something that arrived on Swiss watches in the early 1970s was almost entirely phased out by the late 90s. Patek and Vacheron were the last to use it. All it means, it was promoted by a precious metals trade group in Switzerland. It means that when you see Sigma, the hands, the applique, as well as the indices are of solid gold, resistant to oxidation and tarnish. When you see Sigma M, that means a solid gold dial. This has the gold indices, hands, and logo. We have stop seconds and a quick set date. Make sure we're not in the danger zone for the date, and we're not. I should mention these dials were made in both tritium and luminova. This watch is of the correct era that I can state with confidence. It was originally built with the luminova dial that you see right here. The 42042 also featured the later caliber 423A-8872, 27 joules automatic winding, 46-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate, stop second, quick set date, 5-position adjustment, COSC chronometer certification, and the movement is based on the Girard-Perregaux 3100 high horology ultra-thin automatic. Vacheron did go above and beyond in finishing and regulating the movement to achieve Vacheron levels of appearance, obviously, but also the chronometer certification. You can see the lovely image of the Italian naval training vessel Americo Vespucci on the caseback, as well as several different finishes. There is a polish on the caseback itself. There is satin finish on the outer portion of the caseback. It is a brushed concentric on the portion adjacent to the Maltese cross motif, and then it is a radial satin across the chaptering that is printed, or I should say inscribed, Vacheron and officially certified chronometer, and then you have the polish of the relieved elements of the ship, the sea, and the script at center. 150 meters water resistant, so this is a no-nonsense sports watch and a very rare modern Vacheron. See it and make it yours on the watch box. We're back with the Vacheron Overseas Generation 1. I mentioned this is the 42042. There is also a 42040, and while this has caliber 1311, there is also a caliber 1310. The difference between those two calibers is that the 1311 in this watch is a little bit thicker by design. As a result, it is more appropriate to a sports watch and more shock resistant, and that's the only difference.